guys. Haven't done a vlog in a while. So I wanted to tell you guys about my karaoke night. Well, it wasn't at nighttime, it was during the day, so I guess it's karaoke day as the event title. But anyway, so I decided to go to this karaoke event because my teacher, she wants me to start performing more in order to get used to singing in front of people more. And I've especially realized this considering how extremely nervous I was for my piano recital. Like, my hands were like on the piano, and after I completed that performance, my piano teacher is telling me the same thing, to perform more. Well, since both of them are telling me that, I was like, okay, I really need to start doing this, you know. Since I live in a rural area, it is more difficult for me to find karaoke nights or open mic nights. And I've been to several karaoke nights now, and so my voice teacher wants me to do more open mic nights, since those are more they're more for musicians, for local musicians in the area. So I was having a really hard time finding open mic nights, but through this process, I have found that if you go on like different Facebook groups and you type in bigger towns in your area and you search for like local musicians, type in a bigger city near you, those have been really helpful because I'm getting way more results of like where open mic nights are in my area. Well, not in my area, but I would say an hour or less from me, which is doable to do for me. So I would highly recommend, if you're a musician and you're trying to start performing more, to go to Facebook and join like a musician group that for local musicians, and there will be a lot of posts there usually of events coming up in your area. Before I tried that, I was just trying like events on Eventbrite and literally just typing into Google open mic nights near me. And I was also trying on the events page, just typing in open mic nights on Facebook events, but that really did not get me nearly as many results as I wanted. So the group thing seemed to be the most successful, but the event I went to today, I actually found it on Eventbrite. And so I went with my friend Preston, and on the title of the event, I read Nick's Cafe. So I assumed that it was going to be in a cafe, but my friend and I, we got to the event and like we're looking at the address on our phones, and then we're looking at the description of it just to like make sure we have this right. And but like it's the only place around that had like balloons around the door entrance, so we're like, it's gotta be this. So it was actually in a church, and the reason they put the words Nick's Cafe is because it was more like a community church event. It said Nick's Cafe on it because I guess a local cafe in the area. I'm not from the area that I went to today, but I assume it's a cafe in the local area, and they handed out free food at the event. So that's why that was on, like, that was in the description. So there was free food there, and I thought it was strictly a karaoke event, but actually the whole point of it is, I guess this specific church, they meet up like once a month, the guy said at the event, and they do different things every month. So like last month he said that they did bingo for the community, and they're planning on doing something else for next month, but this month just happened to be a karaoke event. It wasn't solely for karaoke. So what they did is when you walked in there, they had you sign up for, it was a brunch as well. So they had a list of menu items, and you circled what you wanted for the chef to make you. And then while you're waiting for your food, they started doing a line dancing thing. But initially what happened is that they were like, I need like 5 volunteers for the next thing we're gonna do, but they didn't really explain what they were gonna do. And Preston happened to be one of the volunteers, and they ended up doing a line dance based on this YouTube video they found, and they were trying to do a group line dance together. After the line dancing, then that's when they started the karaoke. And I was the first to go. The only thing that went wrong with this was that they were having trouble with their audio. So they had these 2 different mics, but like that screeching sound when you have the mic too close to the speaker and it makes that like god-awful noise. Well, this kept happening at the beginning of the karaoke part. So they were constantly switching the instrumental of whatever song you were playing versus the sound of the mic, and they were switching that up a lot. But so I started singing Someone Like You, and they were like, try this mic, because they said the sound is clearer in this mic. So I started singing. I would say like I was a third way through, and then they were like, stop, because the mic sound was too loud. Like it was just too loud, and it was actually like overpowering the instrumental. Like you were hearing my voice way more than the instrumental. And the lady was like, yeah, I almost didn't want to tell you to stop because like you sounded good, but she's like, I think I want you to switch to this mic because the other one's way too loud. So I stopped like a third way, which honestly was good because in a way it was kind of like a little warm up. So like I was a little nervous when I walked up there, but I liked that this event was very laid back. So I didn't feel like a lot of pressure on myself. So when I restarted, like I barely had any nerves anymore. And this is probably one of those events one of the rare events where I did not have any, like almost any nerves. Like I felt very comfortable singing today. And that's probably because there was like, I don't know, 15, 20 people total at this event. So the smaller the crowd generally, the less nervous I am. So like I'm actually happier if like 5 people show up, because then I'm like not nervous, like barely nervous, if at all. Today I felt almost no nerves. So I felt like I performed very well while singing. And so what I sang was Someone Like You, and then right after Someone Like You, I sang Flowers, and then there were other volunteers to sing karaoke. And then eventually they asked, because they saw Preston singing, and we were sitting next to each other in the audience part of the event, and one of the people who were hosting the event, they were like, do you two sing a song together at all? Like, do you do any duets together? I was more nervous for this song, Shallow, because I recently have been trying to go through my covers that I haven't sang in a while. So it was actually good that I did this. The last time I sang Shallow before this week or last week was probably a couple months ago. So it was actually good that I did that, because I was like, well, I sang Shallow with him before at another karaoke night. They're like, yeah, sing that, sing that. And this is actually the first night of karaoke where I sang this song with him, where I felt like the high part where Lady Gaga sings in the original, it didn't sound like, the instrumental didn't overpower me singing falsetto. Like, I felt like the microphone was very, very clear, and the falsetto sounded awesome in when I sang that part. Like, this is the first time I felt that way at a karaoke night. So their mics were pretty good for falsetto. I have no idea what mics they were, but it sounded good, in my opinion, for the first time when I sang that. So after everyone got done singing, they brought all of the karaoke singers up, and they gave first, second, and third place, and I actually got second place out of all the singers, so I was pretty happy. I'll throw a picture up of what I got from the night. Overall, I think this was like an awesome event for me. I barely felt nervous. I felt very comfortable singing, and you know, who doesn't like prizes? So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'll see y'all later. Bye! If you like this video, like and subscribe. You know it can't hurt. Also, don't forget to click that little bell. And if you like podcasts, check out my podcast called This Is Adulting. Okay, bye!